Hi, my name is Cece Treadway, and I'm here to walk you through the process of turning your broken heart into art. This process is specifically designed for women and what they go through when loss occurs in their life. It's very particular, works with our biology, and so these losses could be a difficult breakup or divorce or a death. It could be a loss of a child, and through miscarriage or through abortion, or even a child that was a toddler or older. The way that women grieve and go through loss is a very, very particular way, and I'm really here to support you in that process and to allow it to become an alchemical, transformational experience that allows your creativity to rebirth, that allows you to take all of that pain and transmute it into something really, really amazing and beautiful for you. And in that process, really help you move through and integrate what you've gone through. So you can recognize your feelings of chronic brokenheartedness in many ways. One of them is just simply feeling underneath it all that you're lonely and alone, and feeling underneath it all that there's despair and hopelessness. It might take a lot for you to work up the energy to move forward in life or to get excited about things. Maybe this pain that you've been through has kind of messed with your trust in life, so you're not quite sure how to proceed. So you stop yourself when you're getting close to things that are good because it's uncomfortable at that point. The pain body and the despair has become has become a relationship in your life. Sometimes we hold on to the past, to the relationship, whatever it was, through this pain. And so we become so bonded to that pain that it doesn't make sense to our subconscious how we're going to move forward, what actually being in joy feels like, and how to be in relationship with joy instead of pain. But working with creativity and allowing your emotions to flow is what can help bring you to the other side. So some other things that you may recognize, if you've suffered some really difficult and traumatic breakups, for instance, you may not know where your boundaries are anymore. You may really betray yourself in relationships, accepting things that aren't really right for you, but you've lost sense of how to speak up for yourself. Or maybe you're so used to squashing your true essence and self that you didn't have those boundaries to begin with. So other things might be that you just don't feel complete unless you have a partner, unless this whatever you lost was back in your life, that you don't feel like actually your life is meaningful enough on your own. And this is really, really common. And honestly not really talked about enough. Sometimes people, I think, feel really shamed for having those feelings, for feeling like, oh, I'm not enough if I don't have these things. The truth is that we all really need to connect to each other. We need to be interdependent. We need to have relationships, and we need to be held and supported when we lose primary relationships in our life. And so this is really a process to help you through that, to get to the other side. So of all the wounds I work with in my practice, I really feel that abandonment, loss, grief, betrayal, those kinds of things are like the hardest things to work through. It's deep, deep pain, deep suffering on a soul level. Sometimes this pain has been created over many, many lifetimes. And so once it gets inflamed or activated, it can feel completely overwhelming. It can feel like it just takes you over and that you don't have any power within that. But there is a way home. There is a way to move through that intensity and come back into stasis, come back into fulfillment, come back into creativity. So let's walk through that. The first step that we are doing in this alchemical container of turning your broken heart into art is that we build the spiritual temple, because this is where your faith needs to be restored. If you've gone through extreme loss, you've probably lost your faith. And losing that on top of everything is really, really hard. We need that faith in whatever form it takes for you to keep us going. And so in building the spiritual temple, we bring in a set of incredible guides, the energies that wanted to come forth for this course for the Marys. So we have Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and the other Essene energies of the feminine and through Egypt that want to come forth to help restore the original feminine essence. And they wanted 3 full months to really have the time to connect with each woman and meet them in this very, very innocent place that feels scared, and to touch it with love, to touch it with healing, to touch it with remembering. So we take a lot of time and space for that. In that process, you'll be learning some skills to really have direct access to your guidance. And we'll be building altars together so that the field in your house, the energy field in your house is really, really strong. This is a teleclass, so we sort of rely on those altars to keep our circle going. Also, in that first step, we start unlocking the creative flow. So when you have lost something dear, a huge space opens up inside of you. And that space gets filled with pain. But when we start to release those emotions, even if you feel like you've already cried, several rivers, when you come into an alchemical sacred container of women and community and you're held and you're seen, some deeper stuff can feel safe to rise and to release. So as that's released, you give that energy to spirit, and then spirit transmutes it. This is an old way of grieving in community, when the whole town or village used to come out and wail with everybody because it would help move the energy, and they move it up, and the guides and the angels and the ancestors and the beings, of the tribe would take it and they'd give it to God, give it to Creator, and allow then the transmutation of that energy to be rebirthed inside of you and rebirthed inside the community. So it's your time to be releasing and giving and surrendering, and then rebirthing, and just through a very gentle daily practice of creative making in the medium of your choice, you really see what's happening inside of you. You really let your subconscious and your soul speak through the written word, through song, through dance, through painting, however you want to do it, honestly. So after we've set this incredible tone and really built the energy of the container and of trust and of healing and restoration, we then go into deeper work of cleaning the feminine vessel and unlocking your power, because inside a woman are these beautiful body parts, the womb, the heart, the breasts, the whole body really, and how she connects to all of life, how she connects to earth, and how in cleansing the energies out that have been held in, it allows the space for this rebirthing, for this essence to live inside the body in a very real and tangible way. And the female body has these ancient codes and activations that really connect you to the planet and to the cycles, all those things. We're going to learn about a lot of ancient feminine wisdom, and we'll continue to get channelings and healings through the Marys, and through the Essene energy, and through the Hathor energy, which always comes through when the Marys are here. So the Hathors really were these Venusian beings, or are these Venusian beings that are masters of healing, of the arts, and of restoration. They always come when the feminine needs that deep restoration. And these guides are concerned about the collective wound of the feminine that's being held in the world right now, and that's being asked for healing. And they kind of want a part in releasing that from each woman, because it echoes throughout the world for what is needed right now in this deeper healing, and wanting to make the world a safer place for our true selves to shine. So this is the place in the alchemical process that your self-confidence and self-esteem and pleasure starts to come back. So where you felt there was hopelessness, now, despite probably your best efforts, your body is going to get stronger than your mind, which wants to make you sad. Your body is going to start feeling pleasure that your mind can't comprehend. And that's great. We're also going to help work with the mind and maybe rewire and reprogram some of this automatic patterning of going back into the pain. The human body, after after trauma needs a little attention to be able to function at its optimum capacity again. So we're going to be deeply listening to each other and seeing what we need, and we're going to especially start paying attention to where those places are that you habitually sabotage yourself when you're starting to get on a roll. So right now, the desire to up-level, to push past your limits and really claim your sovereignty, this is a collective story, and we're gonna be there to catch you when you go back into your old patterning of confusion, of doubt, of despair, of questioning yourself, of feeling not good enough, of getting overwhelmed, all those things that happen as you're starting to make progress. They say 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's absolutely true, but there is a science to dealing with that 1 step back so it doesn't keep you locked in this same place. So I get really excited about that kind of work. And in the second month, the creative work that's coming forth is really, we get a little bit more structure, because when you start working with these womb energies and the lineage energies and the mother wound energies, a lot is gonna come forth. A lot is gonna wanna express itself. You're gonna have a lot to say. We're also going to be healing up on the energy and emotional level. If you've lost children, again, through miscarriage, abortion, or any other way, we get to clear those cords, we get to clear the energies out and really allow the relationship to live in the way that it needs to live now. It's really powerful and exciting work. The third step and section is the Creative Chalice. And here, after we've cleared out so much and you're starting to feel freer again, your creativity wants to take a form that can be shared, because this is the birthing. And this step of sharing with the world or others, your communities, is a vital part of your creative process. There's no attachment to anything being like this huge success or creating a big company or whatever it is. It's just with a lighthearted but sacred way to share something that you've created with people, with others, releasing it out there, because just as you would birth a child, and then the child starts to develop its own identity and interact with the world, this is how your creativity is too. It means something to other people. It touches other people. It's a gift to other people, and how they use it is really up to them, right? So this letting go is, completes the process of the transformation, of the transmutation. And it gives you an idea, a very visceral and experiential idea of how you work with pain and betrayal and loss of faith, and bring it back and bring yourself back to life. Because we gotta, right? What else are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay in pain and suffering for your whole life? I want you to know that I will never judge you for the pain and suffering that you have. I've had my own fair share, and I'm sure there's more to be had. But this ability to move through it and restore your faith in life and give your gifts to the world is what makes it all worthwhile. It's just part of the human experience. And I really love creating the container for people to understand how healing works, and how to get more empowered, and how to let your creativity flow, and how to move through those blocks, and how to let yourself feel joy again. Maybe you feel guilty about feeling joy again, but we're here to say that it's your love that lights up the world, that lights you up, and that ultimately will heal anything that you've been through. Your anger is also welcome. Your ugly is welcome. Your ugly cry. It's all beautiful to me. So if you are ready to take these steps now, if you're ready or if you feel like you're just on the edge of letting go of your suffering, or transforming your suffering into life, then I really welcome you into this course, or I welcome you connecting with me and finding some other way to work. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.